I want to thank all of you for organizing this wonderful event for the National World March Day. Thank you so much.
It's a rare moment when we humans get to participate in something that's not only larger than ourselves, but larger than our families, larger than our church, larger than even our country. But that is exactly what we are doing here tonight.
I would like us to join our hearts in a prayer that Shirley has written. May hatred, cruelty, and terrorism and their tools be removed from the hearts, minds, and actions of all humankind. May the pain and burden of past injustice serve constructively and peacefully and gently be released from those who suffer. May the supreme benevolent power of the universe bless and expand the divine light, love, natural righteousness, and wisdom in all who read or listen to our list of pleas.
Beyond my window, light waits politely for my glance. Here nature writes the music, calls the tune, dances no matter what I do or say. The creek rises up, stretches to greet me in the fluent, mysterious language of water and grass. All the while, on Earth's other flank, light explodes, spasms of noise, of fireworks, our works, vast and deadly, rock a city. Blood, the first plague and the last, spills out of men, women, children. For them, neither pain nor death nor hell waits politely. Open our ears, our eyes. Grant us the words to assuage the anguished waters. Give us the will to change.
Such a great event to get an opportunity to be at and participate in, and I really appreciate Mary and the Peace Task Force here at All Souls for really putting this fantastic event together. For folks that aren't familiar with Peace Action, we're the largest grassroots peace organization in the country. Around the country we have 100,000 members. Here in New York State we have 3,000 members divided into 18 grassroots chapters, 5 of which are right here in the city. And the primary work that Peace Action has been doing for its 52-year history is targeting nuclear abolition and working to oppose increasing U.S. and international stockpiles. And there's some great stuff happening around this that's going to be coming up in the news in a really big way next spring. So the Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty is, in my opinion, misnamed. It sort of gives the impression that in order to abide by the treaty, all one has to do is sort of not share nuclear weapons material. That's in fact not true. One of the key tenets of the Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty is that those states that have nuclear weapons must actively work to reduce their arsenals and actively work to achieve true international nuclear weapons abolition. It doesn't happen. But there is really good news about some progress. The NPT treaty requires that every 5 years, all 187 international signers of the treaty come together in one place at one time, talk about the treaty, and talk about what they're doing to accomplish the goals of the NPT, including the nuclear abolition component of the treaty. In the year 2000, there was a great sort of coming together of international thinkers, organizations, and government representatives, and they came up with a true 13-point plan for actually achieving nuclear abolition. It was like, here's how we're going to do it, 13 steps. Unfortunately, a mere 9 months later, George Bush was elected, and a mere sort of year or so after that was 9/11, crisis of consensus, and the Bush administration sort of ended any kind of consensus around this issue. The 2005 Treaty Review Conference was a complete wash. A really big deal is going to be the weekend before the opening of the review conference, which is the first weekend of May 2010. So on April 30th, which is a Friday night, going into Saturday, May 1st, we're going to have an international conference. We're expecting about 1,000 people. We're planning on it being at Riverside Church, and it's going to be a real combination of some very prominent panels with some actual working groups and some real opportunity to get down to work and get some stuff done.
Many don't like tyrant Saddam, nor foreign invaders, cruise missiles, and cluster bombs. In Basra, the water supply has been cut off, and we are seeing the possibility of humanitarian disaster. War should never have been viewed as a late-night poker game initiated by those too zealous to send their own kids into urban combat. It'll take millions of patriots and internationalists, truthfully the same folks, to throw the lunatics out the White House. Until then, we are facing more weekends from hell, as well more spring days filled with thousands marching down Broadway for a democratic peace. Let the battle for ideas replace those young corpses growing cold under desert moons.
Our faith, the Unitarian Universalist faith, is in the throes of deciding if we will be pacifists like the Society of Friends, known as the Quakers, or if we believe in just war. The world spends $1.5 trillion every year on military establishments. Nearly half that amount, $711 billion, is spent by the United States. Out of each dollar that you pay in taxes in 2009, 54 cents will go to military spending, 6 cents will go to education, and 5 cents for health care. Why are there no town hall meetings in the United States about military spending? We must reorder our production and society for peace to rebuild our nation. We must invent, research, and develop technologies which preserve the future of our planet, knowing that investing in our people and in our environment will bring far more wealth, prosperity, peace, and security than endless war and spending for war. The harder we work for peace, the better we'll become at doing it right. Let's populate our world with fewer Rambos and more Nelson Mandelas.
With all that government spending to fight wars that are unending, the country is broke. This isn't a joke. No more war. I dreamed that our new president was not the same anymore.
The National Religious Campaign Against Torture has been dedicated to ending United States involvement in torture and especially closing Guantanamo. And here in New York City, the Metro New York Religious Campaign Against Torture has been the local voice for the National Religious Campaign Against Torture. We've been trying to move forward that agenda to restore our government and our nation to the values we once upheld. So you've had the opportunity over there to sign the petition to close Guantanamo. This president has pledged to do so by January 22nd. Unfortunately, it's not likely he's going to achieve that objective, but the administration is working hard towards that end, and we have to push both the president and Congress to see that that blot on our nation's conscience, that blot on our nation's soul is removed.
I ask of our